Simon. Where did you feel you lost control of that tonight?
There's no doubt Geelong's pressure, their tackle pressure, their critical contest wins in the last quarter were critical to the game, and they got some easy transition goals which hadn't been seen all night from either team. For 3 quarters there was a lot of optimism in how we played. I thought we played a good style of footy, suited the conditions. It was a contest game, and for big periods through the middle of the game we had a lot of dominance. But that last quarter you walk away incredibly disappointed because one team really ramped up their pressure and we weren't able to sustain it and win the critical contest that you need in those type of games. And you walk away in a really challenging game against the reigning premier on their home ground with a loss.
A lot of coaches talk about momentum and how hard it is to stop. Was that sort of one of those cases tonight?
Yeah, look, it was. As I said, they ramped up their pressure. They won critical contests and they started to hit the scoreboard. To have kicked 6 goals, pretty much doubled their score in the last quarter. I certainly didn't see that coming at 3/4 time, the way the game was being played. But credit to Geelong. We're disappointed with our last quarter, but you walk away with a great deal of optimism on the first 3 quarters because of how we played against the reigning premier on their home ground and what we knew was going to be a tough game in those conditions. So, you sort of walk away with some mixed emotions, that's for sure.
How tough were those conditions and what sort of impact did they have on the game?
I think you saw the game. It was a contest-based game. There was a lot of momentum, little swings within the game, a lot of critical contest, a lot of tackle pressure, and our pressure was high all night until that last quarter. And it's exactly the type of game you get down here in Geelong in those conditions. It's a ground ball affair, it's a pressure affair, and ultimately they were just that little bit more efficient in that last quarter.
You mixed it up with the preparation beforehand. Do you think that was successful? How did that play out?
Look, yeah, people will judge it by the result, clearly, but the way we played in the first 3 quarters, I thought we prepared as well as we could. We're coming off the bye, train down here, get used to the conditions, prepare as best we can today and come out and try and perform our best. And for 3 quarters we were right on track. In the last quarter, as I said, we're disappointed. We walk away knowing that was a game that was up for grabs, and we lost the arm wrestle and we lost the game.
You've been priding yourself on that arm wrestle, hadn't you, like against Collingwood, for example?
Yeah, something that we want to be strong at. Against the best and to be the best and to keep working towards your best footy, you've got to sustain it for 4 quarters the whole way through a game. And Geelong tonight in the last quarter were sensational in the way they played. Their desperation and their ability to pressure and tackle was outstanding, and that ended up winning them the game.
Brady Grundy spent a fair portion of the 3rd quarter off the ground. What was the concern there?
Yeah, look, he got a knock to the head, so he got assessed for concussion. Spent 20 minutes off the ground, got the all clear and then came back on, so yeah, no dramas there.
Bailey Fritsch got done for a dangerous tackle, free kick. Was there any concern over that for you?
Yeah, don't know. It was a free kick, he bounced up, so don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one.
Simon, were you disappointed in the finishing at times from the fellas? I know the conditions weren't great tonight, but it did seem a few times like a few chances weren't begging.
Yeah, we're leaving a few chances out there. That's been a bit of a trend in the last 3 or 4 weeks. There's no question about that. We're getting enough supply at times. I think we might have won entry by a couple tonight and lost the game. So we certainly it's an area we need to get better at and continue to get better at. But yeah, there's no doubt we left a few out there, which kept the game pretty tight in the balance at 3/4 time, which left the door ajar and Geelong walked through it.
Was Clayton Oliver just a bit short on prep ahead of this game?
Yeah, look, there's a lot been spoken about Clayton in the last 48 hours and a lot of it's incorrect. Clayton had a hamstring strain against Port Adelaide. He then got an infected foot, spent 6 nights in hospital. As he's come back into training in the last 8 days, his hamstring's tight. He'll have scans tomorrow. So anyone that thinks they know better than that, come and walk into our environment and find out. He's off for a hamstring scan tomorrow. We're hopeful it's okay and he can continue to progress. He's training to a certain level, but he's not quite there yet. So that's not the type of player that you risk. And we're going to make sure he's fully fit, ready to go. Hopefully the scan tomorrow comes back all clear. But for all the other rubbish that's out there, it's just garbage. So I hope we can put that one to bed.
You're pretty disappointed about all that. Both you and Richo were pretty strong pre-match on it.
Oh, look, it's the industry we're in. We're working with our player about getting him back to full fitness. And what people want to believe and what they think's right. The facts are he's got a hamstring, and we're trying to work him back to full fitness. He spent 5 nights in hospital on an IV drip for a pretty serious infection. And as I said, he's still got that tight hamstring, so we're going to make sure he's right.
How good a chance is he for next week?
Hopefully.
Thanks, Rudy.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.